Testing 1 2 1 2. So today we are today I just we're gonna go through Nandipha808 style. So I'm just gonna play the song and go through some of the sounds that I used. So you guys can see some of the sounds that I used on this project. But give me a second. So that's the song. On this particular song, I sort of built it from the ground up. I just sort of made some notes about how Nandipha808 makes his songs, and I just tried my best to emulate it. It's like even with my drums, for example, I kept it simple because I knew like bass sounds and everything else was gonna take a lot of space, so I just kept it simple, just like there's not too many sounds on this. Because I knew that the log drum is gonna take a lot of space, so I didn't do too much to any of these sounds. And at the beginning, for the intro, I just tried to use just some random sounds just to create an ambience. I find like he does that in a lot of his songs. Like for example here, I just had this playing. How do I do this again? Yeah, like this. And I had this part here. So just a few layered chords. Then I didn't even play this. I just used my mouse. I don't have a MIDI keyboard. Sorry, I don't have a MIDI keyboard, so I just played this. I just typed it in manually, and I put it on top just to create a sound. But because I can't play, I just put a small section, and I had this just playing in the background. A simple 4-note melody with a slide note at the bottom, at the last note. Hard to hear, but it's there. And obviously I had all the effects on. Just like that. And actually the first sound I started with was actually this bass here. And then I just used a same sound, different pattern. Afterwards I layered it with this sound here. I just to play it, and before I added another sound on this, so I just put this melody as well on top. Very simple, not much going on there. But I cloned the pattern, and on the second part of the pattern I just added another plucky sound just to make it a bit clearer. Same sound, just copied to this one here, just to make it a bit more, so it's easier to hear. And then as usual, I just have 2 notes going for this, just for like a drone effect. And that is the Stratosphere in Flex. This is I think the only plugin I used here was Nexus. That's the Nexus and Polysynth. So those are the only synths I used here. Hopefully you have it on your plugin list. Then for the second part of the build up, I used a log drum and a mini synth tube bass. So it's just a log drum here, log drum on this side, and then I'll have a mini synth, and the preset is bass tube. It just sort of sounds like this. If I can play it, there it is. Where did I put it? Over here. Just to show that something is coming, and I put this over here, just this sound, just to be really high. It's like a texture. It's quite a good sound. Afterwards, towards the drop, they like to do this a lot, so I kind of like played the shakers and cut them and played them again, just these ones, yes. So they make this kind of, so that's a simple one. I just go on the individual part which I want, and I can just reduce the volume. Obviously it's highlighted, so you can just reduce a certain part. So just something just like that, simple. For the snares, I used multiple snares. The pattern looks like this. It's just different snares, so you, like for example these ones. So I think it just gives a bit of variety. I never used to do this, but it makes a big difference. I think it just adds more energy to the snares. And for the synth, I use this. That's the Voice Toys. Is that, yeah, Voice Toy from Nexus. That should be here. Yeah, Voice Toy. good sound. And then from there I was able to, I just brought back the same sound from the beginning on the drop, and I put a movie swell. I just took the same sound, put a movie swell, and put a lot of portamento, and yeah, just put some slide onto that, and I put reverb on the sound. For the log drum, I used 2 log drums, so this is what it sounds like by itself. So I have 1 log drum, really short, very short, almost just a little bit of release, and this is, you can get this really, you can get the time really close to 0, just to maybe make it sound a bit more crunchy, but I just put just a little bit, and then I layered it with another log drum which has quite a bit of an attack. I even put more attack here just to shift it away so they don't play at the same time, and I just kept it at that shape because it sounds okay like this. What else did I do? Then I had this sound over here. That's the clunk bass. I just use a clunk bass. I took out all the lows and I just played just as an sort of like an effect, and at the snares again, I changed the pattern just a little bit and I added this sound here. It's this one for more energy, and of course some whistles. Yeah, I didn't do too much to them. Just I think I just humanized them. Just change all the velocities, and yeah, I just left them like that. There's not too much I wanted to do with them. I left them alone. For the second part here, into the break, I brought back many of the sounds and I added a vocal. Added a vocal and built it from there. I added this sound. It's a good sound. That's from Flex again. H guitar. Great sound. Simple sound. And then I added this over here. That's basically like a private school log drum, but with a sustained really high and a long attack, just to make it, and a bit of a delay as well, just to make it make that sound. And I put a bit of reverb on that, nothing more. And after that, it's not just you doing things that you like yourself to make it different. Like you can make breaks, for example. You can cut sounds out like so, just to make things different. Also to make some of the log drums hit. So I think I've got about 4 different log drum patterns. I also added an FM sub onto the log drums. It just sits there, but it doesn't really do anything. I just keep it really low, and honestly it's barely doing it. I with these speakers I have, I don't even think I can hear it, but you know, maybe it does. This song doesn't need that, but that's pretty much everything. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.